Well, so the neighbor's cow got out, and I went down there and I let him know. Her husband is on his way home from work, and he'll be coming down over to get the cow when he gets home. But I'm not sure how he got through barbed wire across the street on their property and through the barbed wire over here. I'm not even entirely sure how he managed it. Hey, buddy. What you doing? Snacking on neighbor grass? Hey guys, welcome to Grit and Grace Farm. If you're new, if not, welcome back. My name's Angel, and today I wanted to just take you along with us, or along with me. Kids jump in here and there, but as I go about my new routine here on the homestead, now that we have piggies, and right now I just took Tozer out, and I'm out here with Jack. Good morning, Jack. And we are enjoying the little dip in temperatures that came with an almost thunderstorm last night. Last night I would take the dogs out at like 10:30 and there was lightning off in the distance, and I got very excited, and it never made it to our house. It has rained once, maybe twice, since we moved in the last like 6-7 weeks. We really need some rain. But this week, because of the rain nearby, there is supposed to be a drop in temperatures. So I think today's supposed to only get to like 100. Yesterday it was 106 with a real feel of 112 or 113, something like that. It was nuts. So I'm looking forward to a little bit of a break in that weather for this week. Anyways, now that I got the dogs taken care of, time to go check on the piggies. Pigs! Oh, they came running. Good morning, pigs. Good morning, pigs. Hi, babies. You're not supposed to get up on that. Yeah. You hungry? Come on, pigs. Okay. There you go, babies. So I just fed them. Now I'm going to go and turn on the hose so I can refill their water trough. This is not what they drink from. This is their wallow, and that's what they drink from. I need to fill that up too. So that's what I'm gonna go do now. Always, if you're using electrical fence, always turn off the electrical fence before you do any hosing, anything water related, because if you're spraying water from you, the electricity from the line will come up the droplets and shock you. I did not learn this the hard way. Matt told me this, and it's not what I want anybody else to learn the hard way. So now I have to walk all the way up to the front side of the house, and turn on the hose. This is the current setup. Hopefully in the future we will have a better setup. There actually is a spigot over here that at some point in the past used to work. It does not now, but that means that we could theoretically have it work again, possibly. I don't know. All I know is my legs get a good workout doing this a couple times a day, because in this heat I go out and I spray the pigs down, because as I learned from my dear neighbor Robin, pigs don't have sweat glands, therefore they must be hosed down or kept wet during peak heat times. That's why you give them a wallow. So they use the little tub that I've got in there, but because it has been so extraordinarily hot, I go out there and hose them down just in case. So here's my spigot. So I've been doing that a couple of times a day just to help keep them from getting overheated. Though they seem to be doing okay. I did notice yesterday that when I went out there, I was like, oh, surely they're going to need to be hosed down. Well, I went to spray them, and they didn't want it. Later in the day, I went back out, and it was even hotter. And they acted very differently. They were all about it. They stood still. They let me spray them. They didn't run off. They didn't squeal. Like, they obviously needed it, which is good for me to know that they will show signs of whether or not they are too hot. Whenever I had gone out there, both times, they were all nestled up in the hay underneath the shelter in the shade. So I guess just the first time they hadn't got quite hot enough. So time to go and refill their waters. I'm gonna check their drinking water first. This is just a Tractor Supply 5-gallon food grade bucket that has had a hole in a spout, a pig spigot put on it, and it's got a gamma lid, which is really good for sealing. Oh, unless the sealant ring drops down into the thing, so I gotta fix that. I have been cleaning this out like once a day. In the afternoon I dump it, and that way in the afternoon I dump it all along here, and it waters right here, and then they have an extra place to go and have cool ground during the peak of the day. In the mornings I've just been topping it off and then rinsing it out in the afternoons. So we've got to figure out a good wasp trap because they're all over this property, and they have been congregating on that, and they're also pollinating the crepe myrtle right above this, which we didn't think was going to be that big of an issue, but because it's been so hot and so dry, they haven't had any other water source. So now there's an open pool, and so yesterday during the heat of the day there was probably half a dozen to a dozen of them out here all over that, flying all around. And I'm not worried about the pigs because they seem to just leave the pigs alone, but I am concerned for me and the kids coming out here, and I am a little concerned for the pigs just in case, you never know, but they do seem to just leave the pigs alone. But we've also clearly got a nest up in the roof, so we got to figure that out. We put out one liquid trap and it collected a couple of them, but Matt was out there. Matt got stung the other day because we had used spray and it wasn't doing anything, so he took a ruler, and I mean he downed probably 25 of them before he got stung. Just throughout the course of the day, he'd go out there and there'd be 2 or 3 of them, and he'd swat them down and step on them and everything, and it was effective until he got stung, which we knew was going to happen. But he was like, the spray isn't working, you know, like we were using like Rid, like the hard gnarly stuff, the stuff that's supposed to be like powerful. Bye piggies. But it wasn't killing on contact like it's supposed to. So we went to other means, and Matt suffered the consequences. So anyways, it was okay. It was a consequence that he had already accepted as an inevitability. So it is humid out here. At first it felt cooler, but now I'm realizing that the sky being overcast and everything is making it real humid. Ugh. There's a good breeze though. It's still humid. So anyways, now I'm gonna go back up, turn off the water. I refilled their water bucket, refilled the wallow thing, and fed them. They'll be good till this afternoon. Well, I'll need to come and cool them off if we don't get rain. Pray for rain. Now I gotta go in and feed the little humans and the big human. Then we are going to be going to a local library where there is a guest speaker. I might be able to get some video. I don't know. We'll see how it works out. But if you're on our Instagram, I've shared about, I can never pronounce her last name correctly. Abby Halberstadt? Sorry if I pronounced it wrong. Anyways, she is a local author that I had been following way before we moved up here, and before she published her book. But she is a Christian mama of 10, and she wrote a book called M is for Mama, and it's about what's the subtitle? Something about basically biblical motherhood over mediocre motherhood, which is, this door's locked. I'm gonna go to the other door where I came out. I knew better than that. Anyways, so she talks about motherhood from a biblical standpoint and gives some practical advice on certain things. But I really like her book. I like her approach to things. And I found out that she is going to be giving a chat at the local library today. And the only thing we had planned was school and some grocery shopping, all of which can still be done with a quick trip to the library. So we are going to go and hear what she's going to be saying and explore that library a little bit today. First, this kitchen's dirty and I gotta make breakfast. Well, we have been praying for rain, and it's about to rain. Praise the Lord above. That sky came in kind of quick too. Watched it roll in. So before it hits, I'm gonna check on the piggies because we're about to go run some errands that I had mentioned, and just gonna check on them, make sure they're good. I think they're all cuddled up underneath and cuddled up in their bed. Good piggies. Good piggies. I think I'm gonna throw a little bit of hay in there for them. I didn't think about that. This needs to be covered, huh? Need to go find that tarp real quick. Here comes the rain. I managed to get that covered. Threw some more hay in there for the pigs. Now it's time to go get inside because it's about to hit very quickly, and I think pretty heavily. We are back from all of our errands, and the piggies did just fine through the storm. It did down a handful of short limbs from this tree, but other than that, everybody seems to be doing really well. So I guess since they are good, it's time to get back inside. I just took the dogs out after getting back, and I need to go unload groceries. So thankfully we got some good rain, and the animals did just fine through it all. We did get to go to the library, and I didn't get any footage from it, but it was a great time. I got to meet a couple of local area homeschool moms, and so hopefully I'll be able to get to know them a little bit more and just continue to settle into our new community. Decided to come back out real quick. I've got a yellow crooked neck squash. Said I'm gonna give to the piggies just as a little snack. Hey pigs. Pigs want a snack? Want a snack? Ooh. Nutmeg. There we go, he broke off a piece. got the groceries brought in, got them put up, even had the kids clean out the upright fridge freezer combo thingy. And I turned it to where it will kick over into freezer mode. The shelves need to be wiped down real quick. Other than that, it's good to go. Because I finally, after being here for like 6 weeks, have enough stuff in my freezer to need the extra space. I've been trying to buy, like just now, the store I went to today had frozen berries on sale. And so I got several bags. I got cherries, strawberries, and blueberries. I got 3 bags of each because they were, the sale was a really good sale. And we use a lot of frozen berries in a lot of different things. And then that way I don't have to worry about going and getting that kind of thing for a little while. But we got all that put up. I need to go get school from the car, my coffee cup, and then we will be settled in. I got a burst of energy and ended up tackling some of Juliet's room. And I pulled out several containers that go to the kitchen. I found the last box of books. And now I rearranged her room, swept the floor. It's not complete yet. We got to get her a bed frame, but this is where she said she wants her bed. And I've got to go through and organize all of this, but I did get a couple of things put up in the closet, and then another thing back there, and then I got her big Mega Blocks, Ever Blocks, out for them to play with. I got Finley's out too, and he is building away.
Bring my blocks into your room. Okay.
So I got something done. It's better than nothing. Now there's a bit more clutter in the living room to deal with, but it's out of where it shouldn't be and one step closer to where it should be. Well, that was exciting. I went to go out and take care of a couple of wasps with a new spray. I wanted to see if the spray would work. I went out onto the back porch, stepped down off onto the concrete, and was looking up at where that wasp nest is. And I heard a hiss. Not a rattle. There's that. But a hiss. And I looked down. There was a snake. And I didn't get a good enough look at it to know what it was, but my first impression was, are there cobras in East Texas? Because at a glance, it looked black, and it looked like it might have a mild hood on its neck, a flare to the shape of its neck. But I very calmly walked up the far side of the stairs, came inside, calmed down, tried to call Matt. He's working. He's out in the field right now. He didn't answer. So I called up my neighbor to see if they were home to come help me dispatch the snake. And she was not home, but he was supposed to be home. She said to go over and knock on the door. Well, I went and knocked on the door and he didn't answer. So I came back and I looked back out there and I didn't see it. And I was going to grab Matt's machete. I can't find the machete. Last time he used it, he didn't put it back where it was staying at one point. And so I grabbed a big old kitchen knife. I was like, nothing else, I've got this. But I had to go check on the pigs, because I was like, if the snake is back there, I don't know if it'll go after these pigs. These pigs aren't very big. And so I went very carefully, watching. Thankfully, I mowed the grass recently, so it's not too high. I didn't see it. It was black, too, so it stood out. I went and checked on the pigs. Pigs are just fine, so I came back in. I'm just going to be very mindful going out that side of the stairs. Praying it's not up under the house. It probably is. I think what's worse than having seen the snake is having not seen it after seeing it and not knowing where it went. So, yay! So upon further research, I confirmed what I was thinking, which is that there are typically not cobras in this area. I didn't get a solid look at it. I wasn't about to stand there and get bit trying to identify the snake. But all I know is the pigs are safe it's gone now, as far as I can tell. I will be very diligent going out there, and prayerfully, we won't have to worry about it. Alright, well, it's time for evening chores. I've got the piggies' food, plus a little treat. I picked up some sunflower seeds, some organic sunflower seeds to throw in there and let them enjoy. Apparently that's something they really like. And apparently it's good for chickens too. It's good for deworming chickens. I know that pumpkin seeds are also good dewormers for like pigs and stuff. So I'm being overly cautious probably at this point, but after seeing that snake out here earlier, I am keeping my eyes peeled and being very cautious. So now it's time to feed the piggies and to clean out their pool. I didn't have to come hose them down because of the rain earlier today. Sorry, little snake paranoid. So, hi piggies! Hey pigs! Pigs! Hey babies! Come on pigs! I know we're hungry. I know. Okay. You're putting your heads in the way. You got food on your ears. Silly piggos. So they are eating, and I just dumped out their wallow. I'm gonna rinse it out. It was pretty dirty after the storm. So I'm gonna give them some fresh water. I'm also gonna double check and make sure that the nipple on their water bucket is running well. I was reading earlier that those apparently can sometimes clog up and stuff like that. So I'm gonna check that to make sure that they're getting their clean drinking water. My plan is for Saturday for us to come out here and pull out all of the bedding and give them fresh hay bedding. I don't know how often you're supposed to do it. I read some people do it as often as like daily. Some people do it once a week. Some people just spot check it. And everything's been real dry and warm. So I think it's okay to do it less frequently. Well, I am back inside, and I think I'm going to sign off on this video. Thanks for joining me as I did pig chores today and all the things. See you next time on the farm.